New bold and beautiful theory explains why Eric was forced out. Eric Forrester has been the backbone of the bold and the beautiful for ages, running Forrester Creations with both style and smarts. But lately, Ridge looks adamant on edging him out, leaving fans equal parts mad and intrigued. As Eric reluctantly steps back from the empire he built, rumors are flying that it is the start of a new chapter that could shake up LA's fashion scene. Bold and beautiful fans think Eric will start a fashion house to rival Forrester Creations. Fans were left shook as Ridge threw Eric an unexpected forced retirement party, kicking him out of Forrester Creations. Even though Eric insisted he's still got plenty to offer, Ridge's decision was final. Watching Eric walk away quietly, accepting the blow, felt like the perfect setup for him to reignite his creative fire elsewhere. Thus, fans are debating that Eric might just use this moment to launch a new fashion label that could rival his old empire. For years, the show has teased new challengers to Forrester Creations, but nothing ever really stuck. Old rivals like Spectra and Jackie M faded into the background, and younger players like Hope with hope for the future just couldn't make waves. Now, with Eric being pushed out, he's got both the drive and the chance to shake things up. Thus, it is also possible that fans might finally get the awaited clash between the old-school legend and the new kids on the block. Fans are discussing all the directions this storyline could take. Eric could turn his expertise and legendary reputation into a boutique brand that goes head-to-head with Forrester Creations. This would make Ridge and the family face the fallout of pushing him aside. Rumors are also flying about which familiar faces might side with him, which could branch into other storylines. The post-New Bold and Beautiful theory explains why Eric was forced out appeared first on Comingson.net, movie trailers, TV and streaming news, and more. For more than 3 decades, Eric Forrester has reigned at the center of the bold and the beautiful, the patriarch, the designer king, the guardian of both family and legacy. His power has never been absolute, but his influence has always been the gravitational force that keeps the Forresters, the Logans, and even the occasional rogue Spencer orbiting around him. But the recent storyline, Eric's declining health, Ridge's takeover, and the subtle but unmistakable shift of power, has left many viewers asking a question that feels too big for the surface-level explanations. Was Eric truly sick, or was he slowly, systematically forced out? And if he was forced out, what was the real motive? Here is a new creative theory, rich enough for a primetime week of sweeps episodes, about why Eric's exit from power may have been less about fate and more about design. The theory, the Silk Shadow Conspiracy. The theory begins 2 years before Eric's public health decline, in a quiet but crucial shift within Forrester Creations. The company, once solely a fashion house, began expanding aggressively into digital couture technology, 3D printed fabrics, AI-assisted design, and sustainability labs. Ridge pushed for it, Steffi championed it, and Thomas reinvented himself professionally on its back. But Eric? He resisted. Not out of stubbornness, but out of experience. Eric has weathered design revolutions before, and he knew that technology could elevate artistry, but he also sensed a looming cost. The disappearance of human touch in fashion, and ultimately, in family leadership. Behind the scenes, the younger generation saw something different. They saw a future that required new blood, new vision, and a new leader. The world was changing, and to them, Eric symbolized the warm but antiquated reliability of a handwritten sketch in a digital age. And yet, no one dared push him out directly. Not until a new figure entered quietly, weaving themselves into the company like silk thread. Adrian Ward, an investor, advisor, and digital futurist. He is not on screen in this theory, but his ideas, his influence, and his subtle manipulation are. Chapter 1. The Beginning of the End. Adrian Ward had an agenda. He wanted Forrester Creations to become a global technological powerhouse, a hybrid of couture and computational design. Eric, with his traditionalist vision, was the one immovable obstacle. Ridge trusted Adrian's innovations. Steffi admired his strategy. Even Thomas, with his obsessive artistic drive, fell under the spell of Adrian's promises. To them, it wasn't about overthrowing Eric, it was about preserving the company for the future. But Adrian saw the opening and worked quietly. He encouraged subtle shifts in leadership roles. He convinced board members that Forrester needed fresh directional command. He emphasized Eric's age and emotional volatility in meetings. He framed Eric's meticulousness as inefficiency. Every doubt planted was another thread woven into what would become the Silk Shadow conspiracy. Chapter 2: The First Move, The Secret Medical Files. Eric's health issues were real, but they were known long before he knew them himself. Adrian arranged for routine corporate wellness screenings for the board and senior designers. Eric, ever trusting and ever dedicated to transparency, agreed. What he didn't know was that Adrian had a neurologist on his private payroll to analyze the results, not for treatment, but for leverage. Eric's early tremors? Recorded. His momentary memory lapses during long design sessions? Analyzed. His hesitation before major decisions? Documented. The medical concerns were quietly fed to Ridge, subtly influencing him. Your father is struggling. He might endanger the brand. He needs rest, not responsibility. Ridge didn't realize he was being manipulated. He believed he was seeing reality. And once Ridge believed it, the rest of the family followed. Chapter 3: The Art Showdown. The much-publicized design challenge between Ridge and Eric was framed as a loving competition, but this theory suggests it was engineered. It wasn't about artistry. It wasn't about proving who deserved leadership. It was a carefully crafted event meant to push Eric into the spotlight as a liability. Behind the scenes, Adrian influenced the judges, industry insiders who owed him favors. They judged Eric's classic designs as dated, Ridge's as visionary. Not because they truly believed it, but because they believed in Adrian's promise of future partnerships and digital couture supremacy. Eric, pouring his heart into every stitch, unknowingly walked into a trap. His defeat wasn't destiny, it was strategy. The shock of it, the sense of betrayal, the rapid decline afterward, it all stemmed from one orchestrated moment where he had been positioned to fall. Chapter 4: The Decline That Wasn't Natural. The theory grows darker here. Eric's sudden collapse, rapid illness progression, and near-death experience happened too fast. And while on-screen medical explanations chalk it up to rare conditions and complications, this theory suggests an alternative. Adrian exploited Eric's existing health concerns and accelerated them. Nothing lethal. Nothing that would raise suspicion. But imagine,